This is WordPress 6.52. This is the latest release, and it was a maintenance and security release, as you can see right here. Generally speaking, a maintenance and security release is just that, meaning patching some holes, some vulnerabilities, possibly some other adjustments, some tweaks, anything like that for performance. But it wasn't a major upgrade. However, in this video, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I just want to let you know what version I'm running. What you're looking at is a default install of WordPress. Very small changes I made, but no extra plugins, nothing extra added. And what I want to show you is how to access the theme customization area, because this changed, not in this version, an earlier version, but not that long ago. There were a lot of changes made to the way WordPress administration is done, particularly the menus and accessing what I'm about to show you. So let me jump right into that. We're going to go to Tools. We're going to go to Theme File Editor. Now you're going to get a message. Basically, it's letting you know that either if you're going to be making these customizations, you either want a child theme or you really know what you're doing. And even if you really know what you're doing, you should have a child theme anyway, because if you are making edits in this area that your website relies on, functionality edits, design edits, whatever it might be, when you go to upgrade and you overwrite those changes if you don't have a child theme. And even if things get messed up, because even if you have a child theme and things get messed up, it's much easier to debug and sort things out and keep your security and everything else in place if you have that child theme there. I'm going to go ahead and click I understand, because I do understand. All right, what we're looking at here is what's called a cascading style sheet, CSS for short. I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times. And this is the default 2024 WordPress theme CSS. So in this file, if I want to make very customized changes to colors, links, fonts, page widths, different things like that, it can be done in this area. However, most themes that you use today, if they are reputable and built correctly and well, allow you to do a lot of these changes without messing directly with this file. But more importantly in this video, what I want to show you is themes function, which you can see right here. Now this is my favorite file of all files, because this file allows me to inject code into the website. For example, let's say that I want to utilize Google Tag Manager. I don't want to install a plugin or have that code by some other means. I want to do it directly into the source code, so it's always built and baked into the website, and I don't have to install something else. I don't have to configure something else. I'm going to put that right here, but I'm going to put it in, as you can see, this is all PHP, which is a programming language that WordPress is built on. It's one of the languages that WordPress uses primarily for its functionality. So you do need to know PHP in order to really utilize this file correctly, at least to a basic degree, but it does get more advanced and complex depending on what you're trying to do. This is a beautiful file. This gives us tremendous flexibility and freedom, which is super cool. And I can only say that if you are serious about developing websites in WordPress and really enjoy it and want to advance yourself, this is the area you need to get into to learn. So for example, I write custom scripts in this file, save it, again using a child theme, that I can cause other plugins to do exactly what I want them to do without interfering with the source code of the plugin. Meaning, if I ever want to upgrade that plugin, I'm not overwriting this file, I'm only upgrading the plugin file. And that's so important because reputable developers who are creating plugins are going to be concerned about security. They're going to be concerned about feature upgrades and things like that. And even PHP, the programming language, the engine that runs it is always being upgraded. So there's a lot of pieces and parts that are moving all the time when it comes to WordPress, its functionality, and customization. But the smart way to go about it, there's a couple things I'll tell you as the most efficient tips you can think of. One, always use the most limited amount of plugins possible. When you're selecting a theme, use a theme. And my statement on this changed because WordPress changed in the last couple of years significantly. But if you're going to select a theme today, I highly recommend you select a theme that's built on the exact way that WordPress functions. And when I say that, what I mean is through the block level editor. And the block level editor I will get into in a separate tutorial, but for a quick explanation, basically if you've been in WordPress lately, you know, and you might have been frustrated because you're using a theme that it's got its own builder, its own interface, which is wonderful actually. It gives you tremendous design and control and flexibility over the website. However, it is not optimized anymore unless it's built on the block system. It's just not optimized and built the same way. And if we're not thinking years ahead, what can happen with a WordPress or any website for that matter that's custom is the technology, the setup that you have and the functionality that you have begins, the technology gets caught up with it, meaning everything advances and gets much better, and then all of a sudden you realize that things stop working, things aren't functioning, nothing is efficient anymore, the pages are getting slow to load, even with caching, all kinds of problems can start happening. It's because you let your technology get outdated. So block level building is where it's at in modern website visual development terms. And it's basically the future right now. Will it be forever? Probably not. But right now, block level is the way to go. So if you can find a theme that supports block level, I know a few. I'm actually not going to name them because I'm not endorsing any specific theme. It is worthwhile doing your homework and doing your research, but if you're building a website or going to be upgrading and migrating your website into a theme, just look for a block level theme. It's built on the concept of block levels, block pieces, okay? All right, guys, well, there you have it. Again, in a nutshell, what we're looking at is the themes function PHP. It's now in the tools area of the theme editor. You do have to have administrative access to get to this. Only play with this if you know what you're doing, but when you learn this and you get familiar with it, you're going to be able to really do some amazing things. And you need to know PHP. And you need to understand how the plugins you're working with and how they interact and what the limits might be in those. But this gives you a lot of flexibility, and you will never see WordPress the same again once you begin to utilize this file and realize how much power and control you have over this beautiful system. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful.